Did you know that women often experience different symptoms of sexually transmitted diseases compared to men? Some STDs can even go unnoticed for weeks, months, or even years, making regular testing a must. Whether it's HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, or others, understanding the symptoms can save your health and your peace of mind. Today, we're diving into the symptoms of STDs in women and why it's so important to get tested regularly. This video will empower you with knowledge, so stay tuned and don't skip the video here. I have a bonus tip that can save you from STDs early on. Key differences: symptoms of STDs in females. Before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to understand what STDs are. Sexually transmitted diseases, or STDs, are infections passed from one person to another primarily through sexual contact. They can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, or background, and they're more common than most people think. STDs spread through contact with infected bodily fluids, such as blood, semen, vaginal fluids, or saliva in some cases. They can also be transmitted through skin-to-skin contact with sores or lesions caused by infections like herpes or syphilis. Today, we will help you identify the most common symptoms for a few major STDs. Understanding these can help you take timely action. Remember, not every STD shows clear signs, but testing helps you identify the truth. Here are some common symptoms of STDs that a female should be aware of. Chlamydia and gonorrhea, the silent threats. Let's start with chlamydia and gonorrhea, two of the most common bacterial STDs that often go unnoticed in women. Why? Because symptoms can be subtle or completely absent. Key symptoms of chlamydia and gonorrhea. Unusual vaginal discharge. It may appear thicker with a yellowish or greenish tinge. Pain during urination or intercourse. A sharp burning sensation that isn't normal. Lower abdominal pain. Persistent cramping that might feel like menstrual pain, but isn't related to your cycle. If untreated, these infections can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease, PID, increasing the risk of infertility. HIV/AIDS, a serious condition with subtle beginnings. HIV is one of the most serious STDs, not just because of its potential impact, but because its early symptoms are so easily overlooked. HIV specifically often shows no early symptoms. By the time symptoms appear, the infection may have progressed. This is why early testing is so important, regardless of whether you have symptoms. What starts as something that feels like a simple flu can evolve into a life-altering condition if left undetected and untreated. Let's break this down so you can recognize the signs early. Key symptoms of HIV in females. In the early stages of HIV, also called acute HIV infection, you might experience symptoms such as fever, a persistent high temperature that doesn't go away easily, sore throat and swollen lymph nodes. These may feel like the beginning of a cold or flu. Extreme fatigue, a sense of exhaustion that doesn't improve no matter how much you rest. Night sweats, waking up drenched, even in a cool room. Rapid weight loss, unexplained and noticeable over a short period of time. Skin rash, small, red, itchy spots that can appear anywhere on the body. Muscle aches and joint pain, similar to flu-like body aches but prolonged. But here's the hard truth: not everyone experiences symptoms in the early stages. HIV can quietly weaken your immune system for years, progressing to AIDS if left untreated. Impact of ignoring HIV. Imagine waking up one day, realizing you could have acted sooner but didn't. Ignoring the signs doesn't just affect you, it impacts the people you love. It's not just your health at risk, it's your life, your dreams, your relationships. But the good news? You have the power to take control right now by getting tested. Get tested now. This is where HIVRNAtest.com comes in. With advanced HIV RNA testing, you don't have to wait for symptoms to act. This test detects the virus as early as 9 to 11 days after exposure, faster than traditional tests. Here's why it's the best option for you. FDA-approved and highly accurate results. Over 4,500 labs across the US, there's always one nearby. Completely confidential. No need for insurance or sharing your personal information. Fast results in 1 to 2 business days. Don't wait for symptoms to worsen or for regret to set in. Every day matters, and early detection can change everything. Human papillomavirus, HPV. The invisible risk HPV is incredibly common, but it's also one of the most misunderstood STDs. Most women don't know they have it until complications arise. Key symptoms of HPV genital warts. These appear as small, flat bumps or cauliflower-like clusters. No symptoms until complications. HPV can lead to cervical cancer if left undetected. Regular Pap smears and HPV screenings are critical for catching HPV-related complications early. Herpes simplex virus, HSV. Painful but manageable herpes is often stigmatized, but it's more common than you think and manageable with the right care. Key symptoms of herpes simplex virus: blisters or sores around the genitals or mouth. These are painful and can rupture, leaving ulcers. Tingling or burning sensations. These are warning signs before blisters appear. Outbreaks can be triggered by stress or illness, so staying informed and prepared is crucial. Trichomoniasis, the persistent irritation. Finally, let's talk about trichomoniasis, an often overlooked parasitic infection. In women, symptoms include vaginal discharge that smells bad and is greenish or yellowish, genital itching, burning, redness or soreness, pain when you pee or have sex, and the need to pee more often. Key symptoms of trichomoniasis: foul-smelling vaginal discharge, often greenish or frothy, itching and irritation. These are persistent and uncomfortable, often accompanied by swelling. Trichomoniasis is transmitted through oral, vaginal, and anal sex, and in some rare instances during delivery. It's not transmitted through normal physical contact such as hugging, kissing, sharing dishes, or sitting on a toilet seat. Although trichomoniasis is treatable, it can increase susceptibility to other infections, including HIV, if ignored. Testing and resources. So, what should you do if you notice these symptoms, or even if you don't? The answer is simple: get tested. Early detection is key, especially for conditions like HIV. That's where advanced tests, like the HIV RNA test, come into play. The HIV RNA test can detect the virus as early as 9 to 11 days after exposure, giving you results when other tests might miss it. And here's the best part: it's FDA-approved, highly accurate, and completely confidential. Don't wait, get tested today. Visit official website hivrnatest.com for 100% private STD testing across United States. A bonus: tips: STDs are preventable, treatable, and in many cases, curable. The first step is awareness. The second is testing. If you're sexually active, make testing a regular part of your health routine. It's simple, quick, and one of the best ways to take control of your health. If you notice any of these signs, or even if you don't, it's always a good idea to get tested regularly. Early detection is the best protection.